Welcome to Sib Spot. Today's featured Reddit stories are from MaliciousCompliance. Story 1 today is by Dr. Deadpool. Employees are not allowed to leave the break room on their break. Whatever. This happened a few years ago when I worked at McDonald's. The one I worked in was near a bunch of schools, so most of the staff were high school kids. As summer vacation started, we began having trouble of an employee getting break and then spending their break eating their meal and conversating with their friends who were still working in the kitchen. It was having a seriously bad effect on productivity as well as posing quite a few health risks, so our manager finally initiated the rule that if you were on your break, you couldn't leave the break room until your break was over. This went swimmingly until the kids went back to school. Short staffing during break cycles meant our ticket times would skyrocket during rushes. Management lifted the rule so that employees on break could clock in early and help with the rush. However, the district manager didn't like the implications of employees working shortened or no break shifts and forcefully reinstated the rule. They also doubled down by saying that employees who tried to work during their scheduled break would be written up and/or terminated for doing so. Cue malicious compliance. The date was 4/20. A day when nobody wants to be working at any fast food place, much less McDonald's. We had been getting slammed so hard from the opening of the store that we called in extra help from other stores, including the regional and district managers. As the break cycle began, the management was pleased with the sub-2-minute ticket times they had managed to maintain. A few breaks through and we were managing well. Then came my break. As soon as I sat down to eat, someone came to the store and ordered 47 double quarter pounders. This was right after a fresh initiative where all quarter pounders were made fresh, so this was already a minor panic. Immediately after that order, someone in the drive-thru ordered 75 20-piece nugget meals. The amount of panic in the kitchen was palpable. I was comfortably lounging in the chair behind my phone and enjoying my meal when the kitchen struggled to keep up with the orders. As ticket times began to soar, the management did exactly as I expected. District manager came into the break room and demanded me to end my break early and help in the kitchen. My response was very simply, "I'm sorry, but according to the rules you made, I can be written up or terminated for completing your request." I then continued browsing my phone, trying to enjoy the last 10 minutes of my break. The regional manager entered the room and said he would personally terminate me if I didn't do the thing that I wasn't supposed to do. The other employee who was on break with me immediately rose and clocked in despite still having 10 minutes left on her break. She was written up for breaking the rule after the shift was over, so I felt good sitting in my chair and continuing to ignore them. In the aftermath, the people who made the giant orders took what was made after half an hour and left with refunds for the unmade food, nearly $150 each. Customers who were waiting for small orders were compensated with gift cards for their patience, yet many walked out without even getting their orders. We paid out nearly $1,500 in gift cards. Because customers were walking out on orders without collecting them, we had nearly $5,000 in food waste that night. All of the closers went home with nearly 2 bundled boxes of burgers, fries, and nuggets. Regional and district managers were moved to a different region. The rule was edited to say that you were able to clock back in early at the manager's discretion in the event of a rush. Because I was the only employee who held his ground against the regional and district managers during the rush, I was rewarded with free meals and drinks until I moved away from my hometown and couldn't eat at the McDonald's anymore. Although, when I come to visit with friends, I occasionally get rung up a manager discount by the few employees who still remember me. Is it not illegal to cut somebody's break time for any reason? I thought that it was, and I thought that maybe that was the reason the managers were coming in and saying you cannot go off your break for any reason at any time, because I'm pretty sure they can get in some serious trouble for cutting your break. So the fact that they said to you at the end of this that you can have your break cut in cases of extreme rushes is absurd to me because I think that's illegal. I know that when I was a teaching assistant, we were told to take our full break. No cutting of it at any time for any reason whatsoever. You had to take your full break because they'd be faced with legal action if you didn't get your full break. It's been a long time since I was in the workforce, but I'm fairly certain I remember that being a thing. Our next story is by Being Luna. Just act normal around my friends. All right. My boyfriend always acts different around his friends. Suddenly too cool, kinda dismissive, barely affectionate. Before we go out, he's like, babe, just act normal. Don't try too hard or anything. Okay. So when his friends make jokes, I didn't laugh unless they were actually funny. When they talked about stuff I wasn't into, I just chilled and scrolled on my phone. Didn't hype him up, didn't add to conversations, just existed. Halfway through, one of his boys goes, yo, she doesn't even want to be here, bro. And my boyfriend kept side-eyeing me the whole time. Later, he's like, okay, maybe not that normal. Oh, like I was before? I don't know. I feel like your boyfriend's saying, just be yourself, basically, is what he said. He wasn't being offensive. He didn't tell you to not be you. He said, be normal. Don't try too hard. Just be normal. I don't feel like he was asking you to not react or not be you. He was obviously just telling you, be normal. I feel like this guy's girlfriend, this being Luna person, misunderstood what he was saying. Normal for you may be very eccentric to other people. Be normal, don't try too hard just means be yourself. I think he was trying to tell you just be yourself. But maybe she knows him better than I do, and she knew he was saying, don't be you. Don't be eccentric. Don't be that vivacious person I know that you can be. Because that sort of thing does happen too. They don't want to be embarrassed if you're too forward or happy or, energetic. Our next story is by The Farzan. Grill Tyrant tried to hog the spotlight, so I smoked him out with a sneaky twist. The original post is in petty revenge. I tried to share it using the share button, but unfortunately the button doesn't work. So I decided to add a couple of comments to the post since people had asked me about it before. Hope you like it. So last summer, I'm at this neighborhood barbecue. Sun's out, beers are cold, and I'm ready to flex my smoked ribs game. Think tender, smoky perfection that steals the show. It's a chill potluck vibe, but then this dude, let's call him Karen, crowns himself grill overlord and lays down the law like he's guarding the holy flame. No one uses the grill but me, he says, flipping burgers like he's on a cooking show. One dish at a time. Mine first, then maybe you'll get a shot. I'm standing there, cooler in hand, like, bro, it's a huge grill. Can I just toss my ribs on the side? They need time. Nope. One at a time. My rules. He's smirking, so I bite my tongue. All right, Karen, let's see how this cooks. He does his burger thing, taking forever while my ribs chill in their marinade. Crowd's eating, but I'm plotting. His turn's done, he waves me in. Go ahead. Here's where I get petty and a little sneaky. I'd smoked the ribs at home for a couple hours that morning, low and slow, 3-2-1 style, but just the first stretch. Wrapped 'em tight, brought 'em ready to finish. Not fully pre-cooked, just prepped to win. I fire up the grill, slide the ribs on, and sneak a foil trail of applewood chips in the corner. Smoke rolls out, thick, sweet, pure temptation. Karen's over there chomping his burger when heads start turning. What's that smell? People wander over, noses up, drooling already. I'm brushing sauce, all chill, just ribs. Takes a bit, hope that's cool. His burgers? Yesterday's news. The mob's around me now, begging for a taste. He storms up. You're smoking up my grill. One dish at a time, right? I'm just following orders. I flip a rib, smoke curling like a victory flag. He tries to elbow in. Let me cook. Nah, my turn's still going. Your rule. I stretch it, tending the ribs, tweaking the chips, chatting up with the crowd about low and slow magic. Takes over an hour, and by then, Karen's reign is ash. Everyone's piling ribs, raving while his burger tray sits there, sad and cold. Night ends. Host slaps my shoulder. Dude, you own the grill next time. Say less. Karen thought he'd rule the barbecue, but I smoked him out with a half-cooked plan and a whole lot of petty. Prep the ribs early? Sure. Worth it to watch him choke on his own rule? Heck yeah. Only one person gets to grill at a time? That pretty much made sure you were the only one in control of the grill. Plus your ribs got to marinate while he was cooking his burgers. So, that in itself helped you out in the long run. So this is petty revenge, but also a little bit of malicious compliance. Our stories for today have come to a close. Until we meet again, have a tender day.